Welcome, everybody. I know other people will be trickling in over time here. It's my pleasure to introduce President Morales. President Morales is the president at Cal State San Bernardino and has been a leader in education for over 30 years in different roles. And he has provided some incredible leadership here in the region around raising the educational attainment rate. He's one of the chief ringers of the bell about how we move forward in raising educational attainment and what that means for the region, both Riverside and San Bernardino counties. President Morales was instrumental in the formation of GIA, helped organize the group that wrote the initial grant that moved us forward, and we really appreciate his leadership on the board as we do this. President Morales, the purpose of these panel meetings is to have a conversation around understanding how your campus works to support students. So I have a series of questions for you, and others, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat and I can feed them into Tomás. But Tomás, how does your institution organization work to help support student success from cradle to career?
Well, it's a great question, Carlos, and thank you for your leadership of GIA and the entire GIA team. We're an anchor institution. Cal State San Bernardino is the only California State University campus that has brick and mortar in both Riverside and San Bernardino County. Of course, we have a branch campus out in the Palm Desert. And our relationship with the community is an umbilical one. We work closely with all 56 school districts. We work with over 500 nonprofit organizations to improve K-12 achievement, ultimately to improve baccalaureate and associate degree attainment. And so to build success in our portion of this cradle to career, we need to ensure that students are prepared and ready for college courses. And so, we've had several MOUs with K-12. We work very closely with the San Bernardino County Superintendent and the Riverside County Superintendent, both who sit on the GIA board. And we have a very, very close relationship with all 11 community colleges. We encourage school districts to consider making the A through G curriculum as the default curriculum for all high school students. We operate every year a Coyote First Step, which is an intensive college orientation and developmental pre-freshman summer experience to ensure math and English readiness. We have other programs to address our diverse student population. We have on-campus programs. We have a first-year Black residential scholars living learning community. We work closely with several organizations throughout the Inland Empire, but we have programs including, we work closely with the Black Student Union, with the Latino Faculty, Staff, and Student Association, with our cultural centers. 85% of our students come from San Bernardino or Riverside County. So we're very much part of our campus, of this region. We have our undocumented student success center on the campus, on both campuses actually. We have a veterans success center that operates both here in San Bernardino and out in the Palm Desert campus. The Palm Desert campus, by the way, this year is celebrating its 35th anniversary. And so we work closely with the GIA and with the K-12 space and the community college. This year, about 60% of our new entrants are, in fact, community college transfers.
Tomás, why is it that that so many local students choose Cal State San Bernardino?
Well, we are obviously the regional institution. We have some outstanding academic programs. Our entrepreneurship program is incredibly strong. We have the only school of entrepreneurship in the state of California. We have a nationally recognized criminal justice program. Our cybersecurity program is a center of excellence supported very significantly by several federal agencies. Every single graduate of our cybersecurity program has 1 or 2 jobs waiting for them before they graduate. And of course, students from Riverside and San Bernardino County, as you know, go on to other institutions of higher education, or may start their college career at one of the 11 community colleges in the region. Mount SAC would be the 12th community college. And that's a perfectly fine route or journey to take. And so we do have very close articulation programs to foster the associate degree transfer track, to encourage students to start their baccalaureate degree program at the community college and be able to transfer and graduate in 4 years with a baccalaureate degree. So, we have a long history, 55 years of serving this region. It's hard to walk into a school building or a nonprofit organization or an accounting firm or a physical therapist's office and not find graduates of Cal State San Bernardino. And so it's almost a 0 degree of separation between the university and the region. I'm really excited to share with you that we are in the planning stages of developing the only publicly supported master's in physician assistant program. So we will be offering a PA program, we hope by 2024. So, we have just incredible academic programs. We have one of the few AACSB accredited business programs. All of our academic programs are, a significant number have disciplinary accreditation. And then, of course, we are accredited by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. So we have an outstanding program. We have a growing honors program for students who want to enroll in an honors program as an undergraduate. So we're quite excited about our academic programs, and our academic programs attract students from throughout the region.
So, Tomás, I guess the purpose of Cal State San Bernardino is to provide the region, with the bachelor's degrees that would help support transformation. And when you came together to form the start of GIA, why was it that you thought that these intersegmental partnerships were so important? What was your evidence of that, and how do you see how things are moving forward?
Yeah, it's a great question, Carlos, and unfortunately, our region has one of the lowest baccalaureate degree attainment rates of any metropolitan region in the United States. Only 19 or 20% of adults over the age of 25 have a baccalaureate degree. And when you look at look at the percentage of students with a master's degree or a doctorate, those numbers are even lower. And so, working closely with K-12 to improve college readiness, working collaboratively and in partnership with our community colleges to ensure that students do not get derailed if they start their post-secondary career at a community college is critically important. And certainly providing opportunities to offer master's degrees, our doctorate in ed leadership continues to grow, is critically important. We believe that post-secondary attainment, either at the associate degree, baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degree, is critical, is really the lifeline to the workforce development and the prosperity of the Inland Empire. And we work very closely here, our faculty and our senior administration, our staff, with several organizations, not just the GIA, but with the Inland Empire Community Foundation, IEGO, and IEEP, the Inland Empire Economic Partnership, to really increase opportunities for employment and to attract businesses to this region. Businesses will come to this region if they feel that they can, that we have an educated and prepared workforce that they can hire locally.
Mm-hmm. Through your dedicated service on the board over the last 6 years, you've made a commitment to supporting the Inland Empire region through cross-sector collaboration. What words of advice might you offer to motivate and empower employees and colleagues to think regionally and work collaboratively beyond the boundaries of their institution and organization for regional success?
Well, we have to recognize that we're all in this together, that this is a bi-county region of 27,000 square miles, almost 5 million people. It would be one of the largest states in the United States if you combine the square miles of both San Bernardino and Riverside County. Working closely to reduce redundancies, help us all be more efficient and give us more time to focus on making our portion of the cradle to career stronger and more robust. Working together results in our ultimate goal, and that is to increase the prosperity of the region. We feel very fortunate to work with outstanding educators throughout the K-12 region, throughout our relationship with University of California, Riverside, with our relationship with nonprofit organizations. We feel very fortunate that we have outstanding institutions of higher education here, both public and nonprofit privates. The way I view this, Carlos, is that Cal State San Bernardino does not have any competitors in Riverside or San Bernardino County. We work together to improve post-secondary attainment. And I feel very fortunate that we have a confluence of educational leaders, of corporate leaders, of civic and nonprofit leaders, all rowing in the same direction, all moving in the same direction to improve prosperity and to improve degree attainment, and to serve our region. We are one of the largest regions in California, and I'm just very proud and feel very fortunate to be a member of the leadership of this region as we move forward.
Mm-hmm. So how is it that you communicate with your own staff and the folks there on campus about this regional mission, and how do you ask them to participate regionally? How do you think about that?
Well, it's embedded in our strategic plan. We have 5 goals in our strategic plan. The goal number 1 is student success. And we have many objectives that we feel will facilitate and enhance student success, increasing the number of high impact practices that we employ, increasing study abroad opportunities, increase the delivery of academic advising and academic support services, and pre-college support programs that we offer. Our second goal is is staff and faculty success. We believe our students cannot be successful unless our faculty and staff are successful. Our third goal is civic engagement. We have, is very much part of our DNA at Cal State San Bernardino, is engaging our students, faculty, and staff to give back to our community. And it's really part of our DNA. Virtually every academic department at Cal State San Bernardino has a relationship in the community with multiple partners. We have Coyote Cares Day, which is an opportunity several times a year. Our students go out and provide service to the community. Our fourth goal is resources and sustainability, and raising money for scholarships, increasing our sponsored research activities to generate resources to support our students, our faculty, and our staff, and to support the community. And lastly, our fifth goal is identity and branding, and really encouraging students to dream about going to college. I believe that the primary option for our students, K-12 students, community college students, is to continue to earn a baccalaureate degree and then move on and earn a master's degree. So, our partnerships, our intersegmental partnerships is embedded in our strategic plan. And so we work very closely with organizations like the GIA and others. We provide the kind of organizational intelligence, the institutional research to share with our partners how our students are doing and the impact that our faculty and staff and students are having in the community.
Yeah, what's really fascinating is that we here at GIA interact with many campuses, and it's always a pleasure to have Cal State staff participating in our Action Network teams or having conversations around some of the regional collaborations. We feel that collaborativeness exude from the campus as expressed by the leadership of your staff. When I speak to some other campuses, other organizations, I get an interesting question that's asked me, Tomás. It's what's in it for me, right? When I'm talking to an instructional leader or an academic senate president, it's in other places. What's your response to that? How do you think about that?
Well, it's interesting. When you said 30 years, you said, "Yeah, I wish I was only 30 years into this work." I'm actually in my 46 years.
Oh my goodness!
In higher education. So, but I will tell you that when I arrived in Southern California, I started at Cal Poly Pomona. And at Cal Poly, I served as a vice president and provost. And there, I worked closely with the College of Education to develop grants and contracts that would strengthen the relationship between Cal Poly Pomona and the school districts, particularly the Pomona School District, that we had a very, very close relationship. And we were involved in increasing math and science teachers, encouraging some of our engineering students and some of our science students to consider a career in K-12 like yourself. Carlos, I know you've had a very, very satisfying career as a K-12 teacher and administrator. And so I very much was very aware of the region. And then I left Cal Poly and I went back to New York to serve as president of the College of Staten Island. And there I felt we did work on Staten Island, working with school districts, working with community colleges. And when I returned to when I was fortunate by the Board of Trustees to be offered the presidency to be appointed the presidency at Cal State San Bernardino, I knew that in order for us to improve our own graduation rates, that certainly we had to improve our own systems of advisement and academic support services, but we also had to work collaboratively. So what's in it for Cal State San Bernardino? What's in it for Cal State San Bernardino is this umbilical relationship with the community. And so in order for us to improve our student success metrics, in order for us to increase our 4-year graduation rate, our 6-year graduation rate, we had to partner with K-12 and with our community college partners. What's in it for us is that Cal State San Bernardino is an anchor institution. We're not the ivory tower on the hill. We are part and parcel of this community. And I have had a wonderful career in working at urban institutions, working at institutions that serve significant percentage of first-generation students, working with parents. We have so many different outlets, if you will, whether it's the College of Education, whether it's our LEAD, our Latino education advocacy efforts, whether it's our social work program, our criminology program. We now have launched our School of Criminal Justice. So we're training criminologists, law enforcement officers to be more sensitive and to be more supportive of the community. So there's so many examples throughout our academic offerings, both here and out in the Palm Desert campus, that are really exciting, and it's really a very, very close relationship with the community. That's what I have been doing throughout my whole career, is really looking at ways to connect with the Inland Empire and other communities that I've had the privilege of working in.
Mm-hmm. When I speak to folks in other campuses, we talk a lot about combining our efforts and how they have such a strong connection and relationship with their community too, and that there's lots of advantages to learning from each other and having regional conversations. We had the pleasure of giving a Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation tool called the Institutional Transformation Assessment to 5 of our community colleges. And 3 projects kind of rose to the top that we will be approaching regionally this next year. One is about advising, improving advising. Another one is around strategic finance. How do you know you're spending your money in the right spot to improve equity? And the other one is around digital learning. I think that primarily came out of that space. And what we're feeling now here in GIA is this building momentum across the campuses, where we're getting mid-level leaders to begin to engage with these conversations across UCR, Cal State, and the 12 community colleges in the region. So we're feeling that the mass here in the IE starting to accelerate. It's a very powerful time for us. One of the questions I get asked often, Tomás, is why do we need to have baccalaureate degrees in the region when we don't have the jobs for the baccalaureate degrees here? It's an interesting question that gets asked, and I'm interested in hearing your opinion about that.
Now, first, and let me just be very clear. I don't do this by myself. I have an incredible team. I have a very effective provost and vice president for academic affairs, Sherry McMahon, and Sam Sudica, who's our chief information officer, who worked very, very closely, who's on the scenic board, and has worked very closely with Steve Pontel to improve connectivity and to close the digital divide. Paz Oliveras, our vice president for student affairs, who works closely with our student leaders, because our student leaders give back to the community. Our students are very much, as I mentioned earlier, come from the community, they go back to the community. But baccalaureate degree attainment, it's kind of a chicken and an egg, right? I mean, if you don't have an educated workforce, you're not going to attract businesses. And so, yes, that's a real challenge for us. But there are other social benefits of earning a baccalaureate degree. Baccalaureate degree holders live longer. Baccalaureate degree holders vote at higher rates. Baccalaureate degree holders are more civically engaged. Baccalaureate degree holders are role models for their siblings and or for their own children. We have many, many students who are parents themselves. And so there's the social capital of being a learned person, of someone who values continuing education. And so In addition to all the academic programs that I've mentioned, we have a number of certificate programs through our College of Extended and Global Education. And so we're providing not only a degree, opportunities for students to matriculate and earn baccalaureate, master's degrees, or doctoral degree in educational leadership, but we're also offering opportunities for degree holders to earn certificates and to continue their education. And so I like to think that, we are a beacon. Let me share with you that this campus is really the center, the intellectual and cultural, one of the intellectual and cultural centers of the Inland Empire. And so while we have been challenged with this pandemic, no doubt, the number of conferences, the number of nonprofit organizations that hold conferences on our campus is truly amazing. We are in January of 22, we'll be opening up the expansion of our San Manuel Student Union building, the largest building of its kind named after an elder. It's just an incredible opportunity. It's going to be the living room of our students, our faculty, and our staff. We're going to be breaking ground this spring on a new theater, on a new college of arts and letters. And that will provide not only opportunity for our faculty and our students to perform, but for members of the community to take advantage of those facilities. So again, it's back to our role as an anchor institution, as an institution that really serves our community. And I am just blessed to work with some outstanding senior leaders, our deans, our vice presidents, our academic department chairs, our student affairs professionals, our IT staff, and our facility staff. I'll share this with you, and I've said this often. In my 46 years in higher ed, I've never worked at a place that is more clean than Cal State San Bernardino. Why am I saying that?
More clingy?
More clean. In other words, you can go into a bathroom and find it. Why? Because we have facility staff that take pride in making sure that this campus is spotless, that this campus is beautiful. And I share that with you because those facility staff are residents of San Bernardino and Riverside County. They don't come from LA. They don't come from other parts of the state. They are part of this community. And so it just gives you a sense of, the excitement in my voice when I talk about our colleagues, our staff, our students. It just create this incredible institution of higher education.
Right. Yeah. No, I look at the work that you're doing, and I'm proud to be connected with your work through GIA, and I feel that beacon, that powerful illumination that Cal State provides to the region. And in terms of the baccalaureate degrees, I think it is a chicken and egg issue, but I concur with you about the values beyond just the job of the BA and the idea that there are certificate programs that students can get to help get them good paying jobs. I think that's the foundation that we need to lay to move the Inland Empire moving forward.
We have a question here, Carlos.
Yeah, we do. And we do elevate the student voice. I know Angela is a student. Angela, would you like to speak your question, or would you like me to read it?
I don't mind speaking. I'm not shy.
Okay, go for it.
Hi, everybody. I am a student at Chaffey. I do have friends at Chaffey College. I forget that this is like a community thing for K-12 too, but I just wanted to differentiate that. I do have friends that are at San Bernardino, but I just wanted to ask because last year I was part of student government, and I'm kind of you said quite a few things about students in your last statements. So I put in the comment, as I'm very active student, as an active student myself, what type of opportunities are there at San Bernardino University? Will you be increasing the student voice services throughout the semester, such as the pantry that you hold? I do not currently go to your school, but I do know that a few that do, and they say that the pantry and some services are limited, and they would like the services to increase. Will this things like this ever happen to the more needy students and that participate in the pantries and other things that you hold at your campus?
Thank you for that question. I really appreciate it. And
I don't, like I said, I don't know about the services. I'm not part of your school.
No, that's fine.
I just know what I get on average.
Yeah,
of
I
what I'm
mean,
hearing from
after
everybody.
18 months of being dealing with the pandemic, so we have a deep commitment to both our food pantries, both here and out in the desert at our Palm Desert campus, and our pantry, as our provost just mentioned in the chat, is open 5 days a week. We also have a housing insecurity program, so we try to provide support for our students. Can we do more? Of course we can do more. Is the need great? Absolutely, the need is great. And we continue to raise dollars, private dollars, to augment. And by the way, I'll just share with you that many of our faculty and staff contribute very significantly to the food den. Sherry, would you like to add?
We have competitions. We have a picnic at the beginning of the year, and we compete against each other, our departments, for raising food and funding for our students. So that's actually quite fun, because it's just a challenge within, and our faculty and staff are really more than gracious to help our students. So I look forward to your transfer, Angela. I hope you'll join us.
Yeah, I'm currently president of Chaffey College's Multicultural Club. Yeah, I just barely got the role during the summer, and I'm definitely grateful for the opportunity.
Fantastic. Well, I hope we'll see you at Cal State San Bernardino.
All right.
So too, and I'll definitely make sure that I tell the students to look for you, Miss Sherry, and look for you, Mr. Tomas, for more opportunities that they can be aware of.
Thank you,
Thank you for answering my question. I was just curious about
we are at time here. Thank you, Tomas. Unfortunately, Isaac had some personal items he needed to take care of today, but he's fine. And so thank you for answering our questions about the leadership in this intersegmental space. And thank you for your leadership at Cal State.
And thank you, Carlos. And thank the entire GIA team for putting on this Shared Vision Summit. We all have to continue to work together to improve the opportunities throughout the Inland Empire. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Gracias, Angela. All right. See you all later. Bye-bye.